Hi, I'm Al Baker. I'm the police bureau chief for the New York Times Police Headquarters Bureau here in Lower Manhattan. On Thursday evening, May 28th at about 10:30 p.m., there was what appears to be a friendly fire incident between an off-duty police officer who was shot and killed by on-duty, plainclothes anti-crime cops in East Harlem, New York, on 125th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. The officer who was just getting off duty was Omar Edwards. He's a 25-year-old man. He lives in Brooklyn. He's been a cop for about 2 years. The officer who shot him is Andrew Dutton. He's a cop for about 4 years. The police are investigating the circumstances of the shooting and all the procedures that the officers took before and after it. Today, the mood at police headquarters is pretty heavy. The department brass is huddling in places, examining the ballistic evidence. They've gathered witnesses at the scene. They have about 5 of those. They've interviewed the officer who was driving the car who didn't shoot his gun and the sergeant who didn't shoot his gun. They're prohibited from interviewing the officer who fired until the district attorney, who's also looking at it, reviews the evidence. The reason for that is they don't want to give the officer a potential defense if he's compelled to answer questions. Today, we've learned that the officer was a member of the football team, police football team, which is preparing for a game on Sunday against the fire department. His father-in-law is a 16-year veteran of the police department who works in the 67th precinct in Brooklyn. So it's a family of law enforcers for Officer Edwards. We don't know much about Officer Dutton. This was the first time he fired his weapon in the line of duty. He fired 6 shots. The medical examiner today found that Officer Edwards was hit 3 times, once in the left forearm, once in the chest on the left side or in the chest area, and once in the left in the back, which appears to be the fatal wound. Today, the mayor, Bloomberg, said that the circumstances are still being investigated. These are life and death encounters that spill out in very quick moments on a rainy street late at night in the dark in a very quick fashion. The district attorney, Robert Morgenthau, will of course review the evidence as well. Many people who are viewing it today, including Reverend Al Sharpton, are viewing it through the prism of race. So it raises issues of training, of communication, of race relations, of the pressures that police face. Today, May 29th, we have reporters blanketing the story and trying to piece together every element of this story.
All right. Peace and blessings. All praise is due to the Most High. And this is a phenomenon that I'm beginning to start to look into, where black officers are being shot by their fellow white officers. Now, this is the case 25-year-old Omar Edwards, who was shot while chasing a suspect in Harlem, New York in 2009. And the officer that shot him is this guy right here, Andrew Dutton. And I'm going to give you some information about what they're saying happened. But of course, we already know that this officer was never indicted and he was never charged. Now, both of these officers were plain clothes. Now, it goes that Officer Omar, the black guy, was out working the housing projects, and he was reportedly chasing a thief with a gun in his hand. And when he ran past these officers' car, now these officers were also in an unmarked car, and they were in plain clothes as well. And so they said that when they saw Omar run past chasing the man, they got out of their car, and there was 3 detectives in the car, mind you. There was 3 of them in the car, and they yelled for him to drop the gun, police. And they said the age-old story. Now, this is 2009. Imagine how many times we hear this story today in 2025. Omar turned around to the police and pointed the gun at them. And that's when he was shot a total of 3 times. There were 6 shots fired. He died about an hour later. And I'm going to give you some details about this situation. And of course, it is a racial situation because I've been looking up these things. I cannot find one time where a black officer have shot a white officer. And if you guys can look it up and find it, send it to me and I'll do the story on it. But out of all of these instances, it's always a white officer shooting a black officer. Now, you can see this article. It's from 2009. It says a Manhattan grand jury refused to indict a police officer of any criminal charges after he mistakenly shot and killed an off-duty cop in East Harlem. Andrew Dutton, 30-year-old rookie white cop assigned to the 25th Precinct Station, shot Officer Omar Edwards, who was black, after he spotted him chasing a suspect with his gun drawn on the night of May 30th. Edwards, 25, was in plain clothes and just blocks from the Harlem police station where he worked when he drew his gun to pursue a man who had broken into his car. 3 plainclothes officers on routine patrol arrived at the scene and yelled for the two to stop, police said. One officer, Andrew Dutton, opened fire and hit Edwards 3 times as he turned toward them with his service weapon. The event stirred calls for more diversity in the upper ranks of NYPD. Isn't there what they're saying now? More diversity, more training. Like this playbook, how old is this playbook? Shortly after the shooting, Paul J. Brown, the chief spokesman for the police department, said NYPD was immediately scrapping scheduled training on courtroom testimony and replacing it with confrontation training. As of last month, rank and file officers were members of minority group. The department said among officers, 28% were Hispanic, 18% black, 5% Asian, and 48% white. So here is an article, once again, echoing everything that we hear today when there's an officer-involved shooting with an unarmed black man. Now, this time, the guy happened to be armed, but he was a cop. Yet and still the same narrative. Well, more training, more confrontation, more diversity. All of the things that we've been calling for today. So this is 16 years ago. Has more training, more diversity, more implementation of policy work when we're still seeing these things. And once again, you can't discount the racial aspect of it. I'm going to show you another article real quick. And so this article, as you see, this is the officer who killed him, saying that the accidental shooting still haunts me. A New York cop who accidentally killed a fellow officer spoke about the incident for the first time on the 4-year anniversary and said the pain of that day will never go away. I'm trying to get along with my life, and hopefully the other side is getting on with their life. What other side? I thought you guys were on the same side. He vividly recalled the night of May 2009. Dutton, who was white, was with his fellow anti-crime unit members when they saw 25-year-old rookie Omar Edwards in plain clothes sprinting after a thief in East Harlem. Edwards, who was black and worked housing project posts, did not respond to the officer's shouts of police drop it. And Dutton fatally shot the cop in his heart, lung, and chest. It was only Edwards lay dying that they realized they had failed one of their own. Dutton was at a 17th Precinct Community Council meeting on Tuesday's anniversary to deliver a slideshow on NYPD's social media strategy that targets gang violence. One community member asked Dutton of his cyber undercover work. Do you fear for your life? Do I fear for my life? I always fear for my life. Everyone should fear for their life. You don't know what's going to happen. That is when he recounted the Edwards shooting. And that is, him trying to once again make himself the victim. Yeah, I always fear for my life. And that, my friends, is the problem. If you are fearing for your life on a day-to-day basis, when you are a police officer, you're automatically putting yourself in the mindset of defensive, of kill or be killed, even when you're looking at one of your officers. Now, once again, this speaks to a larger narrative of black men, no matter whether they are police or not, being automatically treated as suspects. There is no way to train a way to diversify away that mindset. when it is embedded in the American fabric that the black man is public enemy number one. And so I brought this up because I'm looking into a lot of these things, and these things have been more prevalent. And it seems like the white officer never gets charged. We just saw the situation in Charlotte, North Carolina, where a white Charlotte officer shot a black SBI agent while they were doing a joint raid, and she has not been charged as well. And so if white officers continuously know they'll get away with it, then of course they're going to continuously, take this course of action and say, okay, well, I fear for my life. That I always fear for my life. That is what this guy said, who took the life of 25-year-old Omar Edwards, father, husband, father of two, lifelong family who was in law enforcement. So this is just another example of, once again, the criminality of black men being portrayed, even when they are officers of the law. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. It costs you nothing, but it helps this channel be more prevalent in the internet space. But I do thank you for watching, and as always, I pray you have peace and blessings. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed? Stories abroad from literary work where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP, big up NFAC, and all my black families. It's three sides to all stories, which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased, cause we got God inside us. Ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me, the darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands and kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse set them straight, my brother Rich investigate. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.